Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I know it irritates some people, but I'm checking my volumes. I always wait too late to do that. Gold's about to have its day. Jim Grant warns no one's prepared for higher yields for much, much longer. The bond market's, I think this guy's thinking the bond market's going to be long-term bad place to be against a $33 trillion debt. Why would anybody buy bonds? That's why everybody's dumping them. But you know what they are doing? Luckily, I have two sponsors. Glint for buying gold in my Glint account and having that be spendable gold because of my debit MasterCard. And my other sponsors, Miles Franklin, when I want to get physical gold and silver, and I do have it, do like it. Miles Franklin Precious Metals, code DAI Gold. Info at milesfranklin.com, 952-929-7006 to call them. They said to get the best prices, to call them. That's where I get my physical gold. eGrag Crypto. These chart guys, by the way, they're starting to see things, folks. And I don't know anything about charting in crypto or otherwise, but every once in a while I cover these guys, and I start to notice a pattern when they all start waking up to something and they all start kind of seeing something in the charts. And I'm noticing that now with XRP. eGrag Crypto's strong bullish signs in its structural formation, comprehensive breakdown. He's got all the 3 days time frame, 1 day, 12 hours. And he says, let's see. Weekly, last week's candle, that's to confirm a bullish trend continuation. We need another weekly candle close to a full body. 16 hours, XRP poised to complete second full body candle, signaling strong bullish. Seems to be like a bullish vibe going on here. Then we had this. This is this morning. Dark Defender says incoming. And remember what he said yesterday. I covered this one, that his resistance is 55 cents. Well, the XRP, I think, had gotten upper 55, maybe 56 cents yesterday, and it's been sitting there right on its resistance. I think he's getting an incoming, as in surge, is what this is. And he does have free hashtag free DAI, by the way. Hold on, I get. Hey, I'm in the middle of doing a show. Can I call you back? Yeah, I've got a key. Yeah. Okay. So I did not pause that. So I hope that that was my wife. All right. Okay. Then we've got this guy, Captain Elliott Wave view of Bitcoin. Target for Wave 1, 120,490. He's an investment manager, Equity Management Associates, LLC, 151,000 followers. I hope he knows something. Check this out. Mr. Huber was at work this weekend. Remember this video? Mike Novogratz. I think this was him on his way to get his Luna tattoo. And I'm about to show you a string of characters, none of which anybody seems to be going after, and I want to know why.
Who really was the guy that showed me that this was more than a Joe Lubin, who really was the guy that showed me that this was more than a speculative bet, that it really was, crypto really was a revolution. It was a revolution that was meant to bring transparency, a more egalitarian framework to financial markets, fairness, to really help rebuild the world, in a world that completely needs it. So thanks, Joe. And mostly I want to give a shout out to the Galaxy team. You know, chapter 2 of crypto for me has all been about Galaxy. We are working our tail off to be the bridge between institutions and the crypto community, and we're starting to see results. Last but not least, there's a genius in Indonesia who wrote Bitcoin Go to Moon. One of my favorite songs. You should all listen to it. I listen to it once a day. I'll be back after the tattoo. Stay tuned.
Where is that guy's accountability? Because as far as I can tell, everything we've seen around Ethereum for the last whatever, and Bitcoin for that matter, around the last few years has been complete manipulation. When does he have to answer some questions? I mean, golly. Ashley Prosper, who is this random? Here's what's going on here, folks. This is like a pro-consensus person. They're starting to go after Stephen Narioff. Someone in the XRP community should probably ask John Deaton how he anticipates his own reputation evolving by associating with this person. But I see he's now up to 300,000 followers and is selling you books. Looks like John paved the way to me or something, like, who knows what he's talking about. But anyway, this guy's questioning who John associates with, and he associates with consensus. So Stephen Narioff says, so Lubin's attorney couldn't answer a simple question when I asked about them claiming consensus was formed after Ethereum's launch. They send a paid troll. I see why Lubin is lying about consensus start date, and he knows I know why he's lying. Well, if I had to guess, folks, they needed to make it. The whole point was that they wanted to act like consensus was this separate thing. Ethereum's this thing all by itself, and consensus is not in any way a company that's all for the purposes of being the promoter of Ethereum. That is what they wanted. That's the reason that would matter to them based on what I saw in ETHgate. Then we've got John Deaton coming in. Here's Clayton lighting the American people. Dude's a total fraud. He voted. Of course, it's his decision. As chairman, he controlled the money and the agenda. If he didn't want to file a case against Ripple and XRP on the very last day before leaving the SEC to go advise One River on its $1 billion bet on Bitcoin and Ethereum, he wouldn't have. He had the ability to say that since Consensus represented his law firm and was brokering the Quorum JP Morgan coin deal, due to the mere appearance of impropriety and inherent conflicts of interest, he should have voted for an enforcement action against his law firm's client's biggest competitor and thus recuse himself. It was his last day at the SEC, after all. Why file the most significant non-fraud enforcement action in modern history and walk out the door to leave for new chairman? And this is Jay acting like he just didn't have anything to do with it.
So I was surprised, and let people know that the securities laws apply, give them time to comply, and then people who didn't comply, that we have, these aren't my decisions, these are the staff's decisions as to pursuing cases and the like, but letting the public know that this is an area where regulation is going to apply. And I think this conference is all about trying to bring this.
These people are all a bunch of liars. Speaking of liars, here's another liar. He just happens to be connected to a lot of the same people around the Ethereum ecosystem, same investors, same people.
Okay, so people have made quite a fuss of Sam constantly wearing his t-shirt and shorts as if it's some big indicator that he must have committed fraud and that every single thing he's ever done must have been a complete and utter lie. And I've asked him about this. On one of my visits to Sam's house, I asked him how calculated his appearance and attire really were.
I feel like I've seen articles that say that your whole persona and your dress and attire were very carefully calculated.
So they weren't, like, it was natural, but I was aware of what persona I created, and I think the biggest thing that it was authentic.
Or your handlers were aware of the persona you had created.
And I very intentionally didn't do things that a lot of people would do that would clamp down on the authenticity. And so one example is I got invited to the that big party everyone dresses up for each year in New York, the Met Gala.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't end up going. I was gonna go. I faked COVID to get out of it.
So look what was involved in a lie. Imagine that. So anyway, this guy's it's liar after liar from what we can tell. Then of course, Jungle Link had tweeted out this, which is classic. I don't think that's Gary. I think that's his brother, but I'm not sure. But Trick or Treat, Peter Pan, is that what that is? About right. And then we've got this, Stephen Naroff. Which one would you trust? This is kind of where I've been coming from since I even started my channel, folks. It has the Bitcoin Ethereum. I've been to the conferences, folks. I've been to Bitcoin Miami. I've been to a Litecoin conference. I went to these things just to see what it was all about. And I can tell you, I've been to Swell. I can tell you, folks, it's the difference. It's the difference going to a Bitcoin Litecoin conference. It's the difference between going to a trailer park and then going to Swell, and you're in, or the proper party, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the adults in the room. It's sophisticated people. It's financial people. It's very smart, measured people. And from what I can tell, it's the only people that are being transparent and honest since I got in this space. It wasn't a very hard decision for me to start talking about XRP and Ripple, because in my, growing up in business and everything, my experience is that these are the type of people that get things done. These are the type of people who do real business. I've seen the Mickey Mouse, the Litecoin conferences, and it's like a circus compared to this. I mean, it's a total joke. This guy knows what a joke is and what is not. This guy says, "Does your case exist yet? You keep talking about it like but have you filed anything?" This is Naroff's attorney, Michael Scotto. He says, "Yes, Stephen has a case. It exists. We will be releasing all of the filings in the near future." As his attorney, I just wish he would stop talking until then. But he is very eager to share his experience. Although I won't go into details, I will say everything he has said is true, and he has the receipts to prove it. This guy says, "Very soon, meaning days, weeks, months. Can we have a hint?" Not quite. Look to my coming on the first light of the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east, but sooner than many would like. Does he say, no one believed the Warriors had nothing to do with the Cyrus hit until they got back to Brooklyn. What in the world is he talking about? All right, we're going into the member group. And by the way, this week, it's DAIXRP.com is my member group. And those that are in there this week, we're going to do a Zoom party on, we're going to put a Zoom link in there, and everybody that's a member is going to get to come hang out. So, and Brad Combs is going to do it with me. So it'll be fun. All right, heading off into the group. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. DAIXRP.com in the member group. We're doing a Zoom party this week. I guess it's a Zoom party. We're going to Zoom inside of the group members only this week. Brad Combs will be there too. Thanks for listening.